In this video, traders, we're going to look at why ego is the enemy of all good trading. Stay tuned. Hey guys, a warm welcome to you. Thank you for joining me. All right, so ego gets us into trouble in a lot of places. You know, maybe it got you into trouble when you're younger and you're out in the clubs or bars or whatever. Your ego, someone said something and all of a sudden you're involved in something you didn't want to be involved in just because your ego's there. Now fast forward now to when you're trading, and it may well be the same. You know, you have this thing inside you that says, I'm not going to let the market get away with do that. I'm right. I know I'm right. And it just never ever serves us. So look at examples in a moment. But there was a study, we talked about this a few times, where actually female traders are generally, if you compare apples with apples, the number of traders, there's a lot more male traders. It seems to be attract much more men than it does women in this profession for whatever reason. But when you compare the two, female traders tend to do a lot better. And one of the reasons that perhaps was hypothesized was that very often men have much bigger egos than women. You know, we have different characteristics. Females have different characteristics to men, and one of the things that they kind of say is perhaps that's it. And that's interesting because as men, and you know, generally, and there's a lot of women with egos as well as not men without egos. So you know, we're kind of looking at things as a whole here and trying to work out what it could be and how we can become better traders from it. You know, we tend to sometimes get frustrated and angry and believe that we are better than we are is one of the things. You know, we believe we're overconfident in our trading, and then when the market, who just doesn't care anything about us, smacks us down, we want to get straight back up again. We want to fight the market. That's where revenge trading comes from. You know, that's very much an ego thing of, I'm going to get my money back on that. I'm not letting that currency pair take my money. I'm going to get my money back from it. And that's, again, an ego thing. Whereas if we put the ego to one side and we said, okay, I've let a drawdown, I've lost some money, it is what it is, I'm just going to stick to the process and think multiple steps ahead rather than what's right in front of me, then that's going to serve me better, and more than likely I'm going to get the money back and I'm going to exceed it and more. And that's the wrong kind of language to use, but you know what I mean. The other thing might be fear of missing out. Again, that's a little bit ego driven because we feel like we've done all the hard work on this and that and the other, and now I'm about to take the trade and we didn't pull the trigger, and we get frustrated, we feel let down by ourselves, and we think our ego should say, I'm not going to let this get away with it. I've already decided this is the right trade. Bang, I'm going to pull the trigger. It's too late. It comes back and it whacks us. And this is why also I believe that it's a double slam to a lot of us, because not only do we make them, our ego makes us do something that we don't want to do, but it also then kind of gives us a big uppercut in the face afterwards, because not only does it say, hey, your ego is now getting bruised again because you did something and it was still wrong, but it's also giving you the secondary hit from the fact that you broke your rules, and it's a further damage if you're putting your ego in front to say that you believe you're a disciplined trader and you believe you do everything right all the time. So the key here, guys, is to say, listen, try to moderate the ego. Try to consider that might be making your decisions for you. You know, if you're breaking rules, your ego says, well, I'm breaking rules, I'm frustrated myself, I shouldn't be breaking rules, I'm the best trader. Say, listen, it's okay to break occasional rule. We're working on it. We know that over time, we're going to fix this problem. So let's just think in the future rather than what's in front of us. And that's the key with all ego-related issues in trading. Revenge trading is not let's get it back now, let's double up the size, let's do this, let's do that. Let's just stick to the process and where we want to be in the future. Let's not revenge trade. Let's not FOMO. Let's not do all these things that maybe are triggered by our ego. Let's think 10 trades ahead, 30 trades ahead. Where could we be in that position, and how the decision now is going to affect where the ship, should I say, is steered as we move along. So if you think ego is getting in the way of yourself, just put it in check. Just take a little bit of time, have a bit of self-talk and say, hey, just, you know, calm it down. This isn't in my long-term interest. It's not in my best interest. Recognizing it is all the key to everything, guys, with emotions, is recognizing that is taking control of the decision-making process and go, you know what? Does it matter that I've lost money in this stock? No. Does it matter that I've made this mistake? No, as long as I do something to rectify it. Does it matter if I do X? No. None of this stuff matters so much. And we tend to pin a lot of identity onto the next trade, this and that, the other. In actual fact, Really, it should be where we're going to be in 6 months' time, where we're going to be in a year's time, where we're going to be in X number of trades' time, because that's the true measure of trading success, not what we're doing right this very second. And when we think about the long term, we start to put the ego to one side, and we start to make the short-term decisions and the small decisions that are the right decisions, and just try to make the right decisions, then we end up being at the destination we want to be. Take us longer, but it's a far better route of getting there than taking a gambling decision, the wrong decision, getting us there quickly, but all you're doing really is getting you to the P&L point quickly, but actually to your final destination of the trader you want to become, you couldn't be further away, because all you're doing is cementing the bad habit, and your P&L will come down again, up again, down again, up again, down again, driven by ego, this and the other, until you blow out and it's game over. So ego, beware of it, guys. It can creep up. It's a slightly different thing for all different traders. It's slightly different in the way that it affects many different traders. And like I say, all this stuff is just generally my opinion and my approach to things. It's not fact. It's just some of the things that I've observed. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you feel like your ego plays a big part in your trading? If so, how have you managed to kind of control it a little bit, settle it down, and make the right decisions that are going to put you where you want to be in the future as a trader, rather than where you want to be at the end of the day or the end of the week or whatever it is? Take care, guys. Keep your risk managed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.